Howdy, Liz. This is Mr. Shakespeare here. So I'm trying to come up with different ways to say, how's it going? And how are you? So, I keep saying good morning, good afternoon. So I thought I'd change it a little bit.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Howdy. Well, howdy back. We do have a lot of fun making these videos. I could make videos all day long if I have the psychic energy to do so. What do you have for us here?
Clif High, actually. Uncle Cliff, as he's affectionately known. Yeah, and that's a good point, actually. Psychic energy. You don't have the psychic energy to go on all day. That's the point. You could not do this all day. It absolutely would drain you out. I mean, we know this. Anyway, Cliff. Yes, Cliff recently released a video. And a few things in there I'd like to just have a little look at.
Okay.
So can you get a connection with him, please?
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay. How's he doing today?
He's still asleep.
Oh, okay.
I think he must stay up late.
Well, he's also on the West Coast, so he's behind you in time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay, can you put him out to the 30th of March, please?
Yeah, March 30th.
6 p.m.
He just said, what do you want? Oh, he's not happy. I'm waking him up. Subconsciously, not consciously. March 30th, 2023. He's being compliant. 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. What would you like to know?
Yeah, so he made a video back in September 20th, I think, where he pointed out quite a few things about what the World Economic Forum was getting up to in their desperation. How, looking back in the past now, how did some of these things, did they occur? Did what he thought was going to happen that they were going to do, did they happen?
You said we're going to happen in your video on September 20th, 2022 happen? No, he's still waiting for them to happen.
Okay. One of the things that he said was after the midterm elections, that diesel prices were going to go high. He mentioned a figure of $10. I don't know if that's a hard and fast, but I think he said they were going to, they were essentially going to, diesel was going to go up substantially. Did that happen?
Did diesel prices go up substantially after the midterm elections? Yes, that's correct. Did it go up to $10? No, it did not reach 10 US dollars. No.
Okay.
But I do feel it went up to around the upper $5s or $6 range.
Okay.
Which is a lot. That's a lot for us here.
Yeah. He described the next 3 to 4 months as this is back from September. He said it's part of the big ugly. Did the big ugly manifest?
Did the big ugly manifest? He's still waiting on the big ugly, whatever the big ugly is.
Okay. He said that, some point in the next few months that cryptos were going to go straight up or rise exponentially. There was going to be a big rise in the crypto market, and that was due to the fact that the shorting they were failing in the shortings, and the shorting side of it, and also they'd run out of cryptos to sort of sell off cheap. Did that happen? Did any of that happen?
Did cryptos rise exponentially? No. What do you mean? Explain just in further. Who's doing the shorting? The AI?
He didn't allude to who was doing it, but if somebody wants to keep the market down, they can collectively band together and short the market in the way that, say, JP Morgan Chase shorts the silver market all the time, and the metals market, by putting on naked shorts. So there is a way of doing it in cryptos. All you have to do really is affect the Bitcoin price, and then that will keep that down, and therefore it will keep all the rest of the coins down. So he didn't go into it in massive detail. This is just me putting my extra words in. But one of the things we wanted to see was The point of doing this was, did cryptos go up a lot?
Did cryptos go up a lot? No, no. Now, interestingly enough, on the Patreon, which those of you who are new to listening, you find the Patreon at Remote Viewing and Beyond. And we have a nice little Discord group going on there as well. Lots of categories, including one for Mr. Shakespeare that you can speak with and request sessions direct. Now, Michael Burry, somebody put out that Michael Burry has now said, sell, 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 sell. So explain who Michael Burry is, please. And he did the movie The Big Short. And he's putting out, allegedly, he's putting out another warning that everybody should be selling or shorting the market now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we have done him before, but for new people. So Burry is an investor, American investor, and he's a hedge fund manager. But he actually trained as a physician, if I remember, or a surgeon or physician or something like that. He trained in the medical side of it. Yeah. So, but anyway, most people don't care about that. What most people care about is his claim to fame that he was shorting the bond market, the mortgage bond market, and he said that, you know, it was a massive bubble and was going to burst. Of course, it was a massive bubble. It was designed as a massive bubble, and yes, it was going to burst. What he did was he bet against the side of the banks and all the investment institutions, and that's what generated him a massive profit. Interestingly, ever since then, he's been pretty much shunned by the banks. So although he did very well, he's not something that people, you know, not something that the establishment really like latch onto in any way, shape or form. Now, if he's saying that that everything should be sold off, well, yeah, okay. So when he did his prediction, that was, of course, you know, in a Shemitah year, and we're in another Shemitah year now. So, you know, maybe he just picked up on that as well. We don't know. I think it would be worth asking him again if, I mean, he's selling off. I mean, interestingly, you know, if everybody sells off, then obviously markets will then go further down than if everybody didn't sell off. So I always take these sort of professional investment guys there, that, you know, with what they say with a slight pinch of salt. It's not that I don't believe them, I do believe them, but if one of the things is the collective mindset. If everybody sells off and everybody panics and everybody dishoards what they've got, then the prices of everything go down, of course, and then who are sitting on large cash piles can go in and buy it up at a better price, a more advantageous price than, you know, than if everybody didn't sell off, if you see what I mean. So does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. That does make a lot of sense. Now,
so do we want to?
I actually don't think that he put this information out. I think it's people putting information out on his behalf. But we'll certainly ask him. I sort of was asking him when you were talking, so please don't think I'm making an assumption or guessing. I was actually talking with him psychically while you were introducing him.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
Well, let's have a look. I mean, oh God, what is this?
Okay, there he is. Yeah.
Well, can you get him from that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did he say that?
Did you say or hint or advise people that there's another big market crash coming? So have you advised people to sell publicly? Have you said to sell off now? No, not publicly. No. In private to close friends and family members, he is advising to short the market now.
Right. Well, that makes sense. It also makes sense that he wouldn't put all these things out. You see, a lot of people put the videos out like this because they're clickbait. You know, they want YouTube hits or whatever. Professional fund managers, he's worth 100 to 300 million, something like that. They don't go around giving away all their secrets to everybody. They may well tell their close friends, and that's about it. People could draw a conclusion from the fact that we're in a very bad bear market and we're about to crash, and then could attribute some words to him that he never actually said, but people would think he would say, if that makes sense. And yes, it turns out now, because we've probed him, that that's exactly what he has said, but only to friends and family. Yeah. So does he actually believe that everything is going to crash?
Do you actually believe that everything is going to crash? Yes, and very soon. Why do you believe that? It's just the way it is. Listen, this guy, what I'm getting very strongly, do you make your own? I feel like he makes his own TA, right?
Mm.
And I feel like do you have computer? I feel like he has computer programs, and he also, do you have other people working for you that are TA? No, just himself. He likes to do things himself. He's very self-sufficient. He does not like to rely on other people. Of course, you know, he doesn't cook and clean for himself, right? But he certainly, when it comes down to investing, he doesn't like to rely on anyone.
Good lesson there.
Yeah, actually, that's very true. Anyway, so he is saying to me, are you shorting the market right now? He's shorting the market now. He's shorting it. He's waiting for the big downturn in the market. When do you think that's going to be? Do you think it's going to be? It's like any day now. He says any day now. So he doesn't know for sure when this is going to be. But now, don't forget, he has a lot of spare cash to play with. So even if he is wrong and he loses money, it doesn't really matter to him. He's not in the position that most people listening to our videos are in, which is they're living on a wing and a prayer. And but yeah, so this is his position now. He is shorting the market. When did you start to short the market? When did you set up your short positions? This in September. So this is a very recent development. He's only set his short positions just this month.
Okay, put him out to the 30th of March next year.
Okay.
6 p.m.
March 30th. Now, this guy is not a nice guy. I'll just tell you. I'm sorry, but he seems very grumpy. March 30th, 2022. Sorry, let's try that again. March 30th, 2023. He wants to go 24. I know why he wants to go 24. We're not going there. March 30th, 2023, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, what would you like to know?
Did any or all of his short positions pay off?
Did any or all of your short positions that you set in September 2022, did they pay off? Yeah, massive payoff.
Which sectors were the best?
Which sectors were most profitable from you shorting in September? Can you name off some sectors?
Oh God. Okay, real estate.
Real estate? No, real estate wasn't extremely profitable.
Okay, finance institutions, banks, you know, that kind of thing.
Institutions and banks. Yes.
What about?
No, not Tesla.
What about food companies?
Food companies. Yes.
Whoa. Okay. What about
Tech.
Retail businesses. Retail as a sector.
Retail sector. Massive profit from retail sector.
Okay, well that's interesting, because what does that tell you? That if the retail sector has collapsed completely, that means there is no consumer confidence. There's no consumer you know, buying or anything. Everything's gone down, hasn't it? Okay, what about industrials?
Industrials? Yes.
What about commodities?
Commodities? No.
Oh.
Do you short? He doesn't short commodities.
Okay. What about the lumber trade?
Lumber trade? He doesn't deal with the lumber trade. Did it go down? If you would have shorted the lumber trade, would it? Yes.
Okay. What else have we got? Pharmaceutical, healthcare. You know, big.
Yep.
Okay. Shipping. Did he get involved in shipping?
Shipping. Do you trade it? He doesn't trade in that.
Okay.
Tech.
Tech. Yeah.
The tech. Yes. Now tech is one that he does trade in. And did you short tech? Yes. And he made a massive profit.
Okay. So he's actually saying, I think, well, let's ask him, did pretty much every sector tank go down? I mean, I can listen. You know.
Just about, yes.
So what about, I mean, consumer discretionaries? We've got two sectors, consumer discretionary and consumer staples.
Consumer staples. Yes, everything seems to be down.
Right.
Now, he doesn't short as in massive short, right? He doesn't make crazy moves. He only needs it to short just by a little bit. So for instance, you know, the video we did yesterday, and that will be put out this afternoon to the subscribers only. The video that we put out yesterday, which, you know, was asking, you know, how low was Bitcoin going to go?
Mm.
That he doesn't go that low. You see what I mean? So we were asking things like, is Bitcoin going to like 0 or 2,000 or 4, whatever. He doesn't need for the market to go that low. His short positions he only needs like, what percentage? He only goes down by 3%. That's
is he using leveraged shorts?
Are you using leveraged shorts? No.
Oh. Okay, well, if he can work on 3%, then that's because he's putting a hell of a lot of cash into these shorts, isn't he?
How much cash are you putting? Yeah, I don't know how much he's worth in total, but I feel like it's
somewhere between 100 and 300 million.
Yeah, I'm getting like several $1 million, right?
Well, if you can afford to put $7 million in and earn 3% on a flip, yeah, that's good, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously, if you've only got $100, 3% is $3. That doesn't help you.
No.
So this is one of the problems when we target these big, high net worth individuals. You see, they have a different mindset. They do not need to look for moon tomorrow or you know, moon next week and get these massive rate of returns. In fact, the more money you have and the more money you speculate, invest, call it what you like, the more conservative you end up being. All right, because you've learned risk management, risk on, risk off, and you've also learned that you don't want to lose everything. It's better to take a 3% profit than a 96% loss, if you see what I mean. So these guys can work with their huge funds. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same with crypto whales as well. They don't have to do the same thing. It's the ones that don't have a lot of money, unfortunately, that are desperately looking for the next, you know, 10, 20, 100,000, 2,000x, that type of thing, you know. In the other world, i.e. the non-crypto world, you know, these type of percentages that we're looking for just don't really exist. And these guys are not looking for them. They're looking, their strategy more than anything else is wealth preservation. So, you know, they would even consider, if you had 100 million and it was at risk, they would even consider losing 1 or 2% per annum to secure that capital. Did you know that? It's not that they have to make it sometimes. They just don't want to lose it. Whereas if you've only got $1,000, you are not going to put $1,000 in so that you can lose, you know, X amount over 1 year, the guaranteed that amount of loss. See, that we think differently. The more money you have, the more money these people have. They all think differently to the regular guys in the street, you know. So sometimes probing these people is useful. I mean, it is for me, it's useful for trends. I mean, he's telling me what I already know. As far as I'm concerned, the market's crashing. It's Smith a year, we're going down. You know, what exact day we're going down, I don't know. But from now until like the end of November, we're down. We're down hard. How bad it will get in every sector, again, I don't know. It doesn't matter because I'm not trying to short the market in every sector, and I don't have $100 million to sit there and think which one am I doing. And if I did have $100 million, I would be doing what he's doing, trying to earn 3%. That'd be okay.
Yeah, and that's why people are in crypto. That right there explains why people are in crypto. I mean, they're not going to see the type of gains on the stock market that you can see in crypto.
No,
and I will tell you, I have done lots of readings for lots of people. And excuse me, the crypto millionaires that I did readings for, that I have done readings for, I mean, I'm talking multi-million dollars. Okay. There was two things about them. One was they got in early. So they got in when Bitcoin or a lot of these cryptos first came out. Two, they never spent a lot of money. Never. So they actually spent initially, their initial investment was probably only a few $100s. A couple of them were teenagers and they put their pocket money into Bitcoin, and now they're sitting on 20, 30, 40 million dollars because they bought Bitcoin early. They didn't spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on crypto. They just did not do it. And they made their money, and now they can put thousands of dollars in crypto because it doesn't matter whether they lose $1,000 here or $1,000 there. They've got millions to choose from. And that I think is so important. None of them remortgaged their houses. None of them took out credit cards that they can't afford to have max amount to buy crypto. None of them, took out loans to buy crypto. None of them. They literally put maybe $100, $200, whatever little money they had at the time into Bitcoin, and it sat there. They were very, very fortunate. I can see why people do turn to crypto. I understand that. And from your explanation, that makes it even more clearer as to why people love crypto. And yes, you can make a lot of money in crypto, but in this bear market, buying these little, rubbish coins, I just don't see it. I think in a bear market, you have to stick with your big player coins. Unless you're happy to just hold there, and it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. If you lose $50 or $100, okay. That's what I'm seeing from this bear market. I mean, you've been in crypto for a long time, Mr. Shakespeare. Admittedly, you have. What have you traditionally seen in the bear markets of crypto? Now, one thing that you disclosed to me is that crypto, some of them just fall off the radar. They just disappear. I reckon we're going to see that again. If we have another big crash, I reckon that a lot of these cryptos are going to go down to so low that they'll never recover. They just disappear. Nobody's interested in them. Nobody's interested in trading with them. What have you traditionally found? Because like I said, you've been in crypto a long time. What have you found in bear markets?
So the problem with the crypto market is that the thing that excites us all and the thing that we want is the thing that always bites us as well. And that is the extreme volatility of cryptos. And so Bitcoin, we'll start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has lost I can't remember the exact figure, but it has lost 84, 83, 85, something like, I can't remember the figure exactly, but it's somewhere in the mid 80% from high to low on a crash. In other words, if it was, $1,000, it could easily get to $130, $140, $150, that type of drop. Bitcoin has done this like 3 times, and it will do it again. Now, the altcoins, which is every other coin on the planet, well, including Ethereum has dropped 95% from its then all-time high back to its then low. All the other coins have dropped anything up to 99.9% in a bear market. And so the way to look at this is have money on the side. And this is not financial advice, but this is obvious advice. If you're going to get into cryptos, or you want to buy cryptos, you literally have to buy when they're somewhere near the bottom, where everybody's screaming, where everybody's in pain, where everybody has lost the maximum amount of money. I keep saying it because it's a good phrase. Buy when there's blood on the streets, maximum blood on the streets, even if it's your own. This time cryptos, when they tank really hard, will go from, anywhere between 85 and 99.9% off their all-time high. So most cryptos recently had their all-time high around last October, November, December, from memory, November, I think it was. So if you look at the price then of these coins and take those kind of percentages off, that's where they're going to go. And of course, with altcoins, they can actually go to zero, or they could go to no bid, where there's a price, but there is no bid on them, or the exchanges just drop them, in which case you can't get hold of them anyway, especially if they're on some obscure chain. There are 65,000 coins currently. There's about 15,000 coins that are sort of, actively traded. And of course, at the top end, that's Bitcoin, and at the bottom end, the coins that I've never even heard of, but they are actively traded. Most of those bottom end coins won't even survive for winter. They won't be around next year. They just will not. They're going to go. Now, if you happen to find one little diamond, if you find one little coin that can go, that will go sky high, great. Put $10 in it and see what happens. I mean, it literally is a crapshoot. It is a gambling casino at this time of the year. This is one of the most difficult times for people to get their heads around, because everybody is, we're all happy when coins are going up all the time, and all we're arguing over is which coin has done better than the other coin in the last 24 hours. Well, at the moment, it's which coin's doing worse. They're all going down. I mean, the global market, total market cap today, I believe, is down already, isn't it? Let me have a quick look.
Yes, I think that cryptos are down today, and people are getting a little upset by the fact that I'm not selling hopium, and they're like, well, you're saying completely different to every other psychic out there. You are contradicting everybody out there, but I'm not in cryptos. I maybe have like $100, maybe $200, where people have sent me tips or whatever. They paid for readings in cryptos, but I'm not in cryptos. So it doesn't matter to me emotionally, personally, what cryptos do. Therefore, I have no emotional attachment to those cryptos, to the crypto market, right? So I can report my findings without any emotions involved at all. If your people that you're following, and no disrespect to them, first of all, they're not remote viewers. Okay, that's huge. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's massive. Why? Because remote viewing controls the flow of information. That is the only reason I use remote viewing. I want to know exactly from this date to that date what's going to happen. Okay, for the most part. That's why I got into remote viewing in the first place. The second problem is White Dove, all these people, they're into cryptos big time. You've got a whole gang of people, psychics or whatever, that are saying silver is going to go to $500. Do you know how many people have come through for readings asking me about the price of silver because they're listening to psychics giving them this information about silver? And you know what else? These same psychics are selling the silver. So A, they probably own the silver themselves. There's your emotional involvement. B, they're selling you silver. Therefore, they're selling you hopium. You have to be very, very careful of who you are following out there. Okay. You know what I mean? Like that's huge. And I keep wondering, I was like, why is it so many people are asking me whether silver is going to go to $500? It is, Liz, you're wrong because so-and-so says it. But then you look at so-and-so's site and so is selling silver. You've got to be mindful of these people putting out predictions. Really, if they're emotionally involved, if they own the product, they're investing in the product that they're touting, you need to think about that. Because what happens is we inject our emotions into the prediction because we also would want to hear that, theta is going to go up to $5,000. Well, that's fantastic news, isn't it? And that is the news that everybody wants to hear, especially the psychic who is invested in theta. Please, I know it's a minefield out there. I know it is, but you just have to, take note. Is this person selling silver, invested in whatever it is they're touting? Okay. That should be your first research project whenever you're listening to these other people. Anyway, I won't harp on about that, but anything else you would like to add, Mr. Shakespeare?
Yeah, a couple of things. So on the 9th of November last year, 2021, that was on this recent run, that was the all-time high for the total market cap of all the cryptos, where the market cap was $3.069 billion. So that's all the coins together. That was their total market cap on peak day, 9th of November. Okay, currently we're sitting at $950 million. So we are over 2/3 down already, over 66% down already. Okay, so where are these big coin prices going to come from when we're already on the way down? Where is the extra money going to come from? Yeah, that's going to pump these markets like anything in the near future. I'm not seeing it. So this is not T. Well, I suppose it's TA in a way, but it's not, because we're just looking at it. We're not quite a year yet. So 9th of November. So the 8th of November will be a year. So we are a month and a half off that. Oh, 8th of November. What else is happening on that day? Oh, that's right. The midterm elections. And anything else? Oh, that's right. One of the partial eclipse on that day. Wouldn't it just be nice if that was, the bottom day or something like that, just 1 year after the max high? So we're 66 and some percent down. Okay. And we're in a bear market. And there's, we're on life support. Cryptos are on life support at the moment.
That's a way to put it. But I don't think people should get discouraged.
Oh, no. I want it to go down. Me personally, I want it to go down. Why? Because I want to buy cheaper. I don't like paying too much for things. I want to buy cheap.
Right. So, look for the bottom. And for those of you Patreon subscribers, listen to the market cap videos that we have been putting out.
Oh, yes.
Those are very, very important. Mr. Shakespeare has possibly found a pattern, and there's going to be a buying opportunity. But again, that's only for the Patreon subscribers. That it will not be released to the public until a much later date, possibly when it's already too late to take action. That's how we roll. Anyway, this has been informative. So thank you very much. If you want to book a reading.
Can we just ask, can we drop Michael Burry just a minute and ask Clif High a couple of questions? Have you still got him or not?
Yeah, I can throw him back up there. He's awake now, by the way.
Oh,
March, where do you want him?
Same day, 30th of March.
March 30th, 2023, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. What would you like to know?
Were there any signs of crypto starting to climb in the new year, in 2023? When is there any green shoots anywhere?
Yes, around February.
There you go. So there's more. Okay. Can he remember which? Sorry.
We'll check the market caps closer to that date.
Yeah.
And
can
maybe
he remember where? Can he remember which month was bottom?
Which month was bottom for cryptos? Was it September, from September 2022? Which month was bottom? Which month was bottom? Which month was bottom for cryptos? I feel like end of November going into December.
There you go. Okay.
All right. Well, if you want to book a reading with me, not blowing my own trumpet here, but I am booking out well into the new year, psychiclizcross.com. I wouldn't delay if you are wanting a reading. Don't forget, there's now the 1 question and the 3 question option there. If it's something that you just can't wait. There's also a jump the queue option, which is a lot pricier, but you can jump the queue. Patreon, remote viewing and beyond. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And of course, on the Patreon, you can interact directly with Mr. Shakespeare. Thank you very much. Anything else to add, Mr. Shakespeare?
No, that's it for this one. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.